What's up? This is Yuda for BeatLab Academy, and one of our students asked how to loop in the drum rack. So let's load the drum rack and let's load a loop here, just like a break or something. Let's choose a longer one. We'll choose one that is pretty long. Okay, here we go. So let's load that. Nice. So by default it's on one-shot mode. Let's change the warp into beats, meaning that it doesn't matter how long you trigger it. It's just gonna launch it, and it's gonna play. Let's speed up the BPM. It's gonna play the entire loop, but just once. You can switch it to classic mode, and then you can turn up the release, and it will loop also if the loop is on. But it will slowly go down in volume because the release is only up to 60 seconds. You can hear the volume slowly decreasing. Nice. Okay, so in order to loop it in the drum rack, first of all, what you can do is just drag it to the arrangement if you want, duplicate it a bunch of times, as long as you need it. Then you can consolidate. You can drop that in the drum rack and put it on one shot, and then it will just play for, it won't loop, but it will play for a long time, your looping editing. It just plays it the entire thing. Okay, but let's say you don't want to do it. Let me give you another alternative. Let's go back to the session here, delete all these tracks, we don't need them. Okay, so what we can do is we first can load the arpeggiator, and the arpeggiator we can put it on hold and loop for 1 bar, maximum 1 bar, and this will also quantize to your BPM. It will only launch in the next bar. So this can loop forever because it keeps triggering the note every 1 bar, but this is only for 1 bar, and here we have 4 bars. Okay, so what we can do is, in order to fool it, in order to loop for longer, is we can just group it into an instrument track, open the chain list, create a chain, and basically we don't need anything here. It can just be empty. This is going to be our 2. Let's put keyboard. Let's go to keyboard zones, and we're going to take both chains, and what we're going to do is we're going to put our loop on C3. That's the default note that is triggering, and the second one I'm going to put on C sharp, or 1 semitone above. Because we have 4 bars, I'm going to do 1 for each bar, so I'm going to duplicate that. So this is 3, this is 4. Nice. Now it's still doing the same, it's still just looping 1 bar. Let's play that. Nice. But I can then put the random MIDI effect right after the arpeggiator, put it in alternate mode, which will always trigger the next semitone. According to the scale, it's 1. So the next semitone, let's give it 4 options, 100% chance. Now the loop itself needs to be in one-shot mode, and that's it. And now it's looping forever. Let's trigger that. That's it, forever. So what's happening here is that the arpeggiator is triggering every bar, and then it's triggered the first note, so it triggers the 1 shot. Then the second one, because of the random, we have nothing on the second. The third, the fourth, we have nothing on them. And then going back to the 1 to trigger it again in 1-shot mode, so it's looping forever. So as you can see, there are a few ways to loop in the drum rack. You can just edit the loop to loop for a very long time in the arrangement and drop it in the drum rack in 1-shot mode, or do this little trick with the arpeggiator, the random, and different chains in an instrument rack using the key zone to loop that clip forever. Then we can also map if we want, like let's say let's do MIDI mapping, the mute button, or we can even mute the chain if we want to do some mutes. So then you can play your beat, then you should mute it. Nice, but that's how you loop in the drum rack. So that was a student question. Hopefully we answered it. Catch you next time.